Now it's time to get out of here. Hello everybody, welcome back to the Rev 426 channel. If you are not subscribed, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I come out with a new video every single week on Thursday. So this is something that I think every 350Z needs, or most Nissans anyways need, is a tune. And like, trust me when I say it is worth getting without a doubt. It will completely change the way the car feels, handles, etc. But some of the cool stuff that I want to go over is all the cool little features that come with the tune if you have the cruise control module. So this car has 5 maps. Right now I'm in map 1, which is my performance tune. It's just, you know, balls to the wall, max power. It's just, you know, all out, have fun tune. Then I could go ahead while driving, which I think is really cool. Hold set and then press cancel twice to go down to map 2, which is my burble tune. So if I go ahead and drop it to a lower gear real quick. Now my exhaust has some nice little pops and bangs to it. Which is pretty freaking cool. Then we go ahead and go to map 3. So, you know, map 3, hold down set and go 1, 2, 3 on the cancel button. And now we are in map 3. This is my flame tune. Now I did notice on my flame tune that my rev limiter is lowered. It's lowered to about 6,000 RPM, probably because you shouldn't be beating on the car whenever you're in this one. And I did notice a little bit of a power decrease compared to all the other tunes. Pretty normal in my opinion. I mean, look, you don't want to be running around shooting flames out the back of your car while trying to go, you know, wide open throttle. This just doesn't sound like a good idea. So here we are. It is just so obnoxious. Yeah, I really like it. It's obnoxious. It's fun. This is what the flame tune looks like at night. So I'm just curious, will my car with the flame map on actually set off car alarms? Let's find out. That being no. Now it's time to get out of here. I'm gonna turn this one off. See, that's so cool that you can go ahead and do this while you're driving. And the tuning software that's used for this is called Rev Up, and I think it's the ARC license with it. It's like an extra $100, but it allows you to be able to do all these cool things and whatnot. The other 2 maps are Valet and Security. So Security is kind of cool. If I put it in Security, even if I have the key, it'll just crank and 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 never start, ever. Which is pretty cool, you know, like, I guess if you're in a bad part of town and you're worried, flip that on. And then there's Valet, which I haven't played with Valet yet. You know what, let's go ahead and play with Valet just to see what it does, because from what I know of, Valet will limit it to like 30,000 RPM, and I can't go over like 35 miles an hour. So let's go ahead and try that real quick. Now I'm in a spot where I could go ahead and try the Valet and see how it works. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, now I'm in Valet, and let's see what happens in Valet. Ah. Okay, so I can't go over 3,000 and, oh, yep. I'm floored right now. I'm floored. I can't go over, yeah, let's see, 31. I think I saw 32 once. Yep. So yeah, that's Valet. You know, you just pull up and you don't want the Valet guy hot rodding your car. Throw it into that one and boom, he can't even go over 30 miles an hour, which being a ex-Valet driver myself, can be very dangerous. If I need to pull out in front of somebody really freaking quick and I can't, you know, give it all, that's gonna be a problem. But if you don't want somebody hot rodding your car, that's a great way to prevent it. Let's go ahead and take it out of this Valet tune, which thankfully it's just boom. Now we're out of Valet. See? Now, those aren't the only cool things that come with this. There are a bunch of other features too, but the only way to get those features to work is your oil temperature needs to be between 140 degrees Fahrenheit and below 221 degrees Fahrenheit. So one of those cool features is anti-lag. That's what they called it in the text that he sent me about everything on this car. And what it is if I am over 3,000 RPM and over 35 miles an hour, I could hold this cancel button, stab the throttle, and it will lock in that speed and kind of act like a second limiter. And then the very second that I let go of the cancel button, it's full throttle. Like, it just takes off, which is really good if you're doing roll racing and whatnot. You can just go ahead, get to the speed, you get lined up, hold that cancel button, floor it, you stay at that speed, and then, you know, on the third honk, you just let go of the cancel and you are on your freaking way to kicking that guy's ass. I just need to find a place where I can fucking do it. We're gonna go ahead and put it in second gear, above 35, or I think it's 30 miles an hour. All right, there we go. Hold the cancel, stab the throttle, and then let go. That's simple. It is so much fun too. So besides anti-lag, this car now has burnout mode, and I understand, like, you can't do a burnout in a 350Z without pulling a fuse for the taillights or cutting this wire somewhere or blah blah blah. It's like, well, hold on. With this tune, as long as I turn off traction control, there will no longer be any computer interference because of this tune, which is like, fuck yeah, that's fucking awesome. And to go with burnout mode, the reason why burnout mode is there is so that you could, for example, whenever you go to the burnout pad over at a drag strip to heat up your tires, you do that, and then you could put the car in launch mode, which is also really fucking cool. And the way you do that is you put your foot firm on the brake and stab the throttle all the way down to the floor, and you could actually control where you want your launch RPM with the cruise control toggle, which is pretty fucking sick. Traction control is off, first gear. Hell yeah. Now we could go ahead and do launch control. First gear, clutch in all the way, stab the throttle. Damn it. That was a very bad launch, but that's okay. It is time for me to get the fuck out of here. Here, little guy. So clearly that was a really bad launch on my part, but as you can see, it has a whole bunch of new stuff in it, and I think every 350Z needs this. Like, any Z, period. Like, I mean, just, it changes the car completely. It runs better, it drives better, it has so many more features that for an enthusiast would absolutely love. So yeah guys, if you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. If you are stopping by for the first time, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Remember, I drop a video every Thursday around noon to 2 o'clock. I haven't really decided if I should change it to noon yet. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.